What up YouTube? This is TwoBlueChopStix here, and I am making YouTube history, like, as you're watching this. I'm gonna be the first person to show you or make a tutorial on how to make a pro Yu-Gi-Oh mat like this. So it's gonna be the first one of a kind on YouTube. So if you don't mind hitting that yellow subscribe button over there to pay me off for, you know, my hard work for you guys. I'm doing this all for you guys. I mean, I already have a mat, so I could have just been like, oh, you know, screw you guys, I got a sexy mat. But I'm doing this for you guys, so please subscribe over there to see more vids, more tutorials and stuff like that. So pay me off for what I'm doing for you guys. Alright, so to start off, this vid's just going to be about materials and, you know, what you need to get the beforehand stuff to actually get the mat going. So start off with an Exacto knife. You need this for precision cutting, because you're going to print out a stencil and you're going to cut it out like by yourself. By the way, to make this, it takes time, patience, and a little bit of artistic skill, like just maybe a little bit more, but it's gonna take time and patience. It's not gonna be easy, okay? It's not gonna be like, okay, it's a 1 hour thing. It's gonna take you a while. So, you know, first item needed is an Exacto knife to precision cut the stencil. Not one of these things, not a box cutter. You use this to cut boxes for, like, if you ship me a free Judgment Dragon in a box, then you use a box cutter. This is for mat making, okay? Precision cutting. This is for free Judgment Dragon for TwoBlueChopStix, which I don't mind, but don't use this, okay? Use an Exacto knife. And get a new one. Just buy yourself a new one, because if you use a dull one, which this one is now, cutting out the stencil is going to be a pain in the butt. You will not like it, okay? Just get yourself a new one. It only costs like $5–10 or something like that. So you'll be able to cut through the paper much easier, because it's not regular paper. Speaking of paper, you're not going to be using computer paper, not this flimsy stuff. You're going to be using cardstock, okay? And here's an example of a rescue cat mat I'm working on. Woo! But you're gonna be using cardstock. Like, listen, it's like poster boards, like index cards, not flimsy this. Because if you print out on this, then when you spray paint it, then it's pretty much gonna bleed through. I'm most likely supposing so. It's gonna bleed through and totally ruin your mat. So use cardstock. This has been proven, you know, tested and proven, you know, obviously. So use cardstock, it's much better. That's for a teammate, by the way. Okay, so we got cardstock, Exacto knife, spray paint. This might be like some trouble for some of you kids out there, but at least in Texas, I'm not sure if it's everywhere, you need to be at least 18 to buy spray paint. So you might get in trouble, or you might not legally be allowed to buy spray paint. But if you need to, then just, you know, get an older sibling or a mom, dad buy spray paint for you. I did not buy like gloss spray paint. Like, as you can see, it's just plain no gloss spray paint. Cause I'm not sure if it was glossy or not. Then, you know, let's see here. Let me guess. If you're just like playing and I can't find a card right now. Okay, like if you're just playing. And if it's glossy, I'm not sure if it will be able to like slide all the way smoothly across. It might stick, and that might be annoying to some people. So I personally got no gloss spray paint. I think the word is matte. I'm not sure. You know, giant noob alert if I'm wrong. But no gloss spray paint, and get older siblings to buy if you can't. Next thing you need is a blank mat. Obviously, it is not one of these, you know, not one of these things. You can't just flip it over and then spray paint something there and say, oh, I got a mat, you know, whoop-de-doo. You might as well just use a printer if you're going to do that. It's not one of these, it's a blank mat. It's, like, look, it's, I got mine on eBay, it says like 1/16 inch thick, this big. Just don't get the ones made of like, I think it was like Satan or something called like that, or Sway. Like, this is just regular regular fabric, guys. It's nothing. It's not carpet. It's not sway. It's not leather. Okay, because you need something for the for the paint to safely be applied to. So, I mean, if you guys need any help, then just PM me about the mat you found on eBay, and I'll see if it's the right one. But most of you guys should be able to pick the right one. I found mine on eBay again, about like $10 or something, about $10, not sure. So spray paint about $10. So yeah. Let's see. You're gonna need a printer to print out your stencil in. Black ink, I'm pretty sure, or just any color ink, whatever works for you. I mean, not like white or yellow. You can't see those, but you're gonna need a printer to print out the stencil, and you're gonna need photo editing software to work around with the stencil like on the computer before you print it out, because this is not the perfect test tiger. Here's my one-handed air quote fail, but this you're gonna use photo editing software. I just went to download.com and got myself a version of GIMP, like GIMP, GIMP. And if you already have Photoshop, then that's fine. You need any photo editing software that allows you to mess with threshold. That's what it's called, threshold, and grayscale the picture, make it black and white or grayscale. Then you're gonna need a marker, for preferably a fine print marker. Can't even see that. A fine print marker, because when you print out the stencil, it's gonna be really pixelated, and as you can see, I went over it in marker, and I'm gonna go over the details and reasons why you need to go over in marker. But just get a marker, preferably fine tip, or just a regular Sharpie would do. And you're going to need spray adhesive glue. It is not glue in a bottle. It's in a can, and you spray it. It's like hairspray, but glue. You're gonna need that, and I'll explain in part 2. But you're gonna need, a spray a can of adhesive glue, spray paint, spray adhesive glue. Okay, so to run over the list again, you're going to need an Exacto knife, spray paint, a new Exacto knife, box cutter, not box cutter. This is for free Judgment Dragons, by the way. Which, hey, if you got one, hand it over. Anyways, Exacto knife, spray paint, blank mat. Remember, PM me if you need any help. Printer, of course, cardstock. So you listen to that compared to, see, okay. Cardstock, photo editing software. Okay, go to download.com. GIMP is free. Photoshop you have to pay for unless you use your hacksaw codes. Get a marker and adhesive glue. You spray adhesive glue. You should find that at your local hobby shop along with all of these other supplies. And once you get that, then oh, and by the way, the harder the more detailed picture you pick, like the harder the design, that's just gonna make the stencil that much harder for you to make it. Like Test Tiger compared to Rescue Cat, that is a lot easier than this. And if you're looking for like Judgment Dragon, then that's gonna be mega freaking hard for you to make. I'm sure like tons of you guys are gonna want Judgment Dragons, but I'm just letting you guys, giving you guys a heads up before you go into part 2. So get some ideas in mind, get the supplies going, and if you need anything, then just rewind. This has been how to make a pro mat tutorial, part 1, and part 2 is on the way, guys. I'm going to be showing like me actually spraying it and like how to cut it out and stuff like that. So remember to rate, comment, and subscribe over there on the right. This is YouTube history. I'm doing this for you guys. So if you need any help, leave comments. Rate, guys. I barely get any ratings. So subscribe too, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Peace.